the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
My mama akwa baby mbe Nsem-Pii TV so. Dr. Kwesi Amache Boatin, a senior political scientist at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Nana saying, oh, Ekosi Central Media so regular host OB. No, this Nsem-Pii na betu dwa efa NPP presidential race no. Obi bisa ne say, Alan Kudiche Martin were drawn from the race na 4 presidential aspirants na makano. Heading towards November 4th main primaries no. Say na ohuno. And a candidate Ben obey me surprise the whole Ghana na NPP for. No say a one horse race for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the vice president of Ghana. Or say a massive victory for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now Osaka and Nsem-Pii for honorable Ken Japan. Sebi was say honorable Ken Japan be anche say or presidential material. Patrona na make on Dr. Kwesi Amache Boatin eka. Or say honorable Ken Japan be anche or presidential material. Or studying Nsem-Pii na to Jaffa Alan Kudiche Martin they were drawn from the race no say NPP pen for Anshia November 4 main primaries na that delegating me pirina ento abano na sabe lidi and our man nyentem amfa ye antu ya sabe lidi to 2024 general election NPP for me pirina ento abano ebasa ebeko in favor for the National Democratic Congress former president John Dramani Mahama and in NDC na mesese ebeko na akutie Dr. Kwesi Amache Boatin senior political scientist for Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in summer and also no revelation or the two driver NPP presidential race no mesese ebeko na akutie aba.
Wow. How then does it leave Nipa 4 Aka to battle it out on the 4th of November? Why does he see our upper hand in that race?
I think it's a one horse race. A straight win for Dr. Bawumia. I'll be surprised if people in the MPP vote for Kennedy Japan. Kennedy Japan socially, traditionally, intellectually on your presidential material. And this must show. Ghanaians must demonstrate that we care about people who become our presidents. In the first place, poor countries. When you go into the literature of development, especially those that border on the development of poor countries, there's one key argument about leadership. And there's a short statement that leadership matters. And that political leaders in such countries should be knowledgeable, at least in economics. They should be knowledgeable generally and in economics. Minimum the last school I can Japan call it.
Fordham College, New York.
I mean, a friend is saying, as a student, a distance study program, or full time.
That I don't have that information. I just let me find it out.
Full time.
My name I don't know, honestly.
Openi uko school. Nanim dear Raumwa. There's one thing having a certificate, and there's another thing, through your actions and inactions, demonstrating that some values, new values have been, placed in you. That's one thing. When you take the social traditional issues, so to me, a conductor in public the way you do, even in the last elections, the pronouncements, are very unbecoming of a potential president. Very, very unbecoming of a potential president. You can engage a lady, a woman who might have hurt you in whatever way, openly in public, and use certain words. Words are traditionally, you do or him a charge. What I don't know who's over the idea. And on the basis of this, the party faithful should not vote for him. Nobody should tell us that he's going to be able to influence with money. The establishment should be stronger financially than him as an individual. I don't expect him to do well. a one-horse race.
But Doc, you should also have heard, say, there comes a time in the life of every country, you'd one day have an anti-establishment person pop up to somehow lead the country. And the example of Donald Trump comes in handy. And Ebiaka said, maybe, just maybe in Ghana, no, if you want somebody with those traits, you are looking at Kennedy Japan. And number two, I mean, the Cambridge degrees, the Oxford degrees, and all those big degrees, no, lead the country either. And this is the result we see. Isn't it time, say, you been so or not they, you know, say you can Ghana, if you nyansa, ever be boom, and I say.
You can't feel answer. Are you telling me that you beat me as situation or what? Sir, prepare, you cannot say me more. They can be social issues, the traditional issues in Ghana. A fiance no enkawana. And a system, sir. A makwima outsiders. Ebe Ghana. There are mediators in the system. And we are all influencing people. When they listen to us, they will think twice before going to vote. There are social mediators in the system. Some such action now all come on NC. The Donald Trump case is very, very special. It borders on racism in the United States of America. He speaks the language of the racist, white supremacist. And that is what they want to do. That is what they want to hear. That is why in the United States, it was a coup d'etat. What happened in the United States on the 6th of January, I think 2021 or so? It was an attempted coup d'etat. Ghana, any challenging the border strongly on ethnicity, and so people will support a particular person in a blind fashion. And see, it will not happen.
But the other thing about school being here, I mean, you've not answered my first question about the big degrees, no. They've left our country in this state. Why do you think that we should still hold on to an away school or when people have proven in their personal lives they've built businesses, employed people, and probably that's what we need in this day and age for your country.
Yanko taxes are what Ghana Revenue Authority for my and Sani Ajatu say he's doing this, he's doing that, and then the so-called money comes out of those businesses. The taxes are what
no, but I think so if say
into some of these
but doc say on tax and by now the institutions with the power to do something about it and come dada and as
you're assuming that our institutions work to perfection in this country. You are making that assumption. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. GRA people, what you say, they are going after any rich man or tax issues in this country. What you say, achieve will be court simply because the taxes are so piano. What you be that? Maybe be that. I'm on post-retirement contract at KNUST, so I have some ages on my side. Be that. Meaning, so what you be?
Yeah, but the point is, yenti being in Tino. As far as Ken is concerned, the presumption of regularity would work in his favor until so be the counter evidence be abase untri. Once GRA emeka no, that presumption of regularity no would work in the favor of.
There is this proposition coming from me that his wealth might not even have come from the so-called personal industries and businesses built. That proposition in Amede. So you and I, nobody should make any assumption going forward.
That's a matter.
Challenging those assumptions, no.
That's a matter we can interrogate. That's a matter we can interrogate later. But back to Yankomo and Yedi, you know. And you think, say, November 4th, a straight win for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? And the people of Ashanti region where you are, on the basis, Omudomu MPP, no, will still go all out for Dr. Bawumia, right?
And obviously, Alan was going to get some votes in Ashanti region. And Twaba. November 24th, Omo managing year 2024 December, that would definitely happen. So the party is doing very significant damage control. Offer me now can be or attach it or Samia.
Yeah.
And Sakatana Mutre moved to, and it's a wise, well written document. So the party is seriously on the ground already and engaged in damage control exercise. And they won't stop. This morning, I'm here television. There's this member of parliament, I think, Otafo, I think it's in region. He was recalling something. Was it Dr. Bawumia approached him personally, came to his house, and engaged him, asked him to vote for him. That is humility. We are hardened, said they. Now, BB says you will react positively to it. They are not sleeping. Dr. Bawumia's agents working for him. They are on the ground. So definitely, it's not just guesswork and as it will be all leave things to chance. He's on the ground, seriously working. To several factors. Look, one principle of our organization who you can't say any survivor. The survivor. Individuals now we are members of the MPP no. Survivor who here. They want to stay in the party than to follow someone who has gone out of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they want to stay in the party. First and foremost, we are members of the party before aligning themselves to any other person. And all these things are going to play out. It is a one-horse race. Dr. Bawumia is winning.
Okay, maybe after November 4th, we'll talk again, and then if Nyoma happens, said we can now do the comparison between Dr. Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama going into 2024. You bet this uncommon probably after November 4th. Why? The party in their response to Honorable Alan statement Enrano makes the point, sir. It is worthy to note that both the elections committee and the disciplinary committee have initiated comprehensive investigations into all reported incidents of violations and infractions that are alleged to have occurred at various voting centers during the superdelegate election, which was held on Saturday, August 26, 2023. NRC, we wish to reassure all stakeholders and the general public that the report of the aforementioned committees will be made readily available, and persons who may be found culpable of any wrongdoing will be held accountable. That should be reassuring, but really, no, Doc. So what's your elections next course on 26th now? From where you sit and from report I will monitor any adeno. Do you think, sir, it qualifies to be an election? Because it was marred absolutely by violence and underhand dealings. Can you really characterize that election, no, with these adjectives, Mepacho?
One, violence, no, you can't, because we had isolated cases. Now, OSHA democratic elections, the number of people are involved now. In almost all cases, some of these things are to be expected. 2, the element of fairness, and to me that is critical, had issues with the elections in our Kosovo. And my beef, the way I almost echo Abano in different centers, given the numbers involved, it made it possible for coercion, however subtle it was, to be applied. Me justification, and say the cases of individuals who felt compelled to take pictures, cameras, using their phones to take